Hi, I'm Esther Shara, and this is another episode of Exploring Creativity. Thank you for joining me tonight, tonight in Paris, some other time, wherever you happen to be. We often have people calling in from Bulgaria, Turkey, England, Connecticut, and so it's very exciting. Anyway, Exploring Creativity, aside from geography, is when I take some time to tell you where the art I'm making is coming from. Or someone else does that, because I've interviewed people who also will tell you where their art is coming from. It's Exploring Creativity, and it's about going deeper into what creative decisions are made and why, and just jigging you out of some of that highly, on the wheel of that rat race gerbil run that you do, which is not a bad thing. That's always fun too, but this is what Exploring Creativity is. And I'm glad you've shown up to join me. And also to let you know that you can find all the Exploring Creativity episodes on YouTube. I have a channel, Esther Shara. And on my website, esthershara.com, you can find paintings, drawings, prints. You can buy prints. You can invest. That's a very good thing to do. Invest in art, invest in an artist, invest in your house and your aesthetic. Life is good when you invest in you and me. So let's see. We're gonna go into and support my Patreon. Yes, get on the Patreon. We're still having fun, I swear. Okay, and you too could have fun. So let's get back into Exploring Creativity though, because that's really what I want to be doing. If all those other things glide along, I won't mention them, and then we can just do Exploring Creativity, because that's really what it's all about. So this week on Exploring Creativity, I'm going to be talking about, I like to talk about 1 or 2 or 3 pieces. This is a series, and it's gonna, actually, it might end up being brief, even though it's a series, because there's like one thing I really want to do. Okay, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what this is. I'm going to, let's see. Let me switch us around so you can see drawings right away. Yeah, let's see drawings right away. Ooh, there's some drawings over there. There's some drawings here. Drawing and drawing. And in these drawings, there are words. Okay? And these words have meaning. This one is working in the foul, naked boneyard of the heart, which came from Leonard Cohen. Dragged that out of something, I don't know, something I was listening to. Because when I work, and this one is contemplation. When I work, okay, so this is a series from 2016 that began like this. These came from it. Quickly, because there's a point I want to get to in this, because, okay, these are drawings. These are drawings of the genre I do on music paper, interconnectedness, knitted into each other. Get that pen off of there. These are drawings, green and black, pink and red, intertwining, the importance of the negative space around it, how far we go to the edge, what's the importance of the edge, what's the importance of leaving the space, what does it mean? All these things we have talked about in the past. Look at that, intertwine, interconnect within each other, connection. Let's just make it all happen. Let's be one. Let's recognize our interconnectedness. And then we get to November 16th. Now, one of the things you need to know is that I like to listen to stuff when I am working. Sometimes I don't, but sometimes I do. And at this point in time, 2016, I was listening to, I must have been listening to Jarvis Cocker's BBC Six radio show and interviews. I mean, that's where the Leonard Cohen would have come from. So this one is Marina Abramovic. She was on, and if you don't know Marina Abramovic, Well, first of all, if you get my newsletter, which if you don't, you should sign up for it. You can find it on Facebook. You can find it on my website. Sign up for my newsletter. And on the newsletter, I don't know why I'm telling you about the newsletter. Anyway, sign up for the newsletter. So on the newsletter, there's information about Marina Abramovic, and you should check her out. But this is not going to be about Marina Abramovic. This is going to be about one thing she said that was so connected to my work and so connected to things that I like to do. Do you see the shadow? Shadow, glasses, because I want to read this properly. And what are you going to look at while I'm reading it? Are we going to look at me or are we going to look at the work? Anyway, we'll figure that out when we get there. So she was speaking and she said something so significant that I had to stop everything, rewind multiple times, and listen to her over and over. And so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn you around and I'm going to read. I'm just going to read it because, not because it's about me, but because it's kind of sometimes more interesting to see people reading than just staring at the words. Although you could stare at the words. Anyway, I'm going to read. I'm going to show off my reading skills. Okay, so this is what she said. She was telling about how she gave a theater class. Or she gave a class. She wouldn't have given a theater class. She would have given an art performance class. She does performance art of the most excruciating, crazy, challenging, bodily challenging. It's about challenging the body and the mind. Check her out. She's got a TED Talk. And it's on if you click on Marina Abramovic on my newsletter, if you get my newsletter, then you'll find the TED Talk. And she's fascinating, totally opens up what it is to, what it is to be alive on this planet, being a person. So, 3 hours. And so the exercise she would give her performance art students, or whatever they were, people who came to her and wanted from her, was to go and open and close a door for 3 hours. And so when you would be opening and closing the door for 3 hours, ooh, I see a heart somewhere. You open and close the door for 3 hours. So things change when there's, hey, Rick, nice to see you. I'm glad you showed up. Okay, so with Marina Abramovic, that's where we are, she would open and close the door for 3 hours. She'd have the students doing that. And this is what she had to say about it. And this interconnects with so many ideas I work with, even though you might not know it when you look at my art. So here we go. Okay, this door that she would have students opening and closing for 3 hours. 3 hours. The door is not the door anymore. It's the door of space. It's the door of the cosmos. It's the door of anything happen. Repetition in ancient cultures is extremely important. Repetition of the same thing over and over again. Something happened there in the mind, which is really click off. Okay, your daily mantra. What mantra? Do mantra. Do mantra is something to do with breathing system, which people don't understand so much. What happened with the breathing is this. If you're breathing very shallow and if you're excited, you breathe very short, never through the stomach. To understand the technique of the breathing, you can fall in love, be angry, you can kill someone. You can do all kinds of stuff and understand the technique of the breathing. But with the mantra, what is happening for long periods of time, you, by reciting mantra, because it is monotone process, your body for a long period of time getting the same amount of oxygen, and then same amount of oxygen create a certain state of mind, which is really beneficial. Everything is breathing. Marina Abramovic, November 20th, 2016. I don't know if she knows I took that from her, but I did. So, that happened. The breathing, the repetition, the ancient cultures, the ancient civilizations, the repetitive cycling, the Buddhist chant, mantra, breathing, repetition, bringing you to another place. And that connected to me with what's happening in my art a lot of times for me. Now, you see pretty designs and pretty lines. And in fact, I'll show you some, because that's what you came here for. Woohoo! Okay, so we're back to that one. We'll look at some more. So then I was trying to figure out how to put this into, so we've got the words working with the imagery, connecting it. How do we get these in here? We're still working in the foul, naked boneyard of the heart. So words, letters, started to become part of the imagery, what's important. So here we have 3 hours. The door is not the door anymore. It is the door of space. It is the door of cosmos. It's the door of anything happen. 3 hours. The door is not the door anymore. It's the door of anything happen. Like, just do it for 3 hours over and over. Like, it's just crazy to think about that kind of thing. So we're going back and forth as my mind does. So this is the door. 3 hours. Just do it. Just do the repetition of the activity and see where the mind goes. The cleansing. It's not even cleansing. It's the deep thinking. It's the flowing. It's the rushing. So how to get these words in there? And so words became more and more. But what happens eventually is it became about the words. Let's get there. Let's get there, because there's loads of these. There's loads and loads of these. And we're still making the words and the art together. But then suddenly, it just had to be about the words. And so I would come into the studio and just write it over and over. Breathing system, which people don't understand so much. What happens with the breathing is that if you're breathing very shallow and if you're excited, you breathe very short, never through the stomach. Look at that. It's crazy what you can do on breathing. Your breathing gets short, you're excited. When you can control your breathing, you control if you kill someone, according to Marina Abramovic. And let's go orange. Let's go orange. Hey, Jason. See, we get Colorado in here. Let's go pink. But it's still that. Jason, maybe I'll say it again, but we have just recited the words of Marina Abramovic about breathing and mantra and how breathing is everything. And then you get these images. And it's the same thing, the writing and the images. Hey, Jason. See, the writing and the images go back and forth within each other. And here we are. Everything is breathing. 3 hours, the door is not the door anymore. It's the door of space. It's this door, the door of the opening and the closing of the door. And it's just writing, and it's commingling. Do you see the connection? I mean, I see the connections. I did put words. I did end up putting the words into the work. But the work and the mantra and the repetition, it's the same. Look at, whoa, that'd be beautiful together. You should buy this. You, whoever you are who is watching this at some point in time. Not necessarily not you, but, you. Buy this with this and put them together. Look at, I did it. Look at, they're beautiful. It's together, it's the same thing. Look how beautiful they are. Look at my radiator. Don't you love my radiator? Just kidding. Okay. And that's where I was also working with words. But if I go there, I'll get sidetracked. This is the interconnection and the breathing and the repetition, and this is what ancient cultures did, and this are the words that go with it. Okay, so that's what I'm getting across. There's many more. Oh, it's on music paper. It's on music, which is funny because it was Jarvis Cocker's show, and Jarvis Cocker is a musician, and I've got music paper. But, the arts, they connect. The arts connect, the words connect, the artists connect. Did I mention it's all connected? Look at it. It's just words upon words. There's other artists who do work on words. But anyway, you know what? Because I can, I'm going to read it again. And you can clock out if you want to. But I want you to really, I'm going to even read it slower. I'm going to go even slower. If I can find it, here it is. I'm going to do it again. Because Jason might not have heard, and you might want it repeated. And then I'm going to say goodbye, because maybe, I say slow goodbyes. Let's do it again. 3 hours, the door is not the door anymore. It's the door of space. It's the door of the cosmos. It's the door of anything happen. Repetition in ancient cultures is extremely important. Repetition of the same thing over and over again. Something happened there in the mind, which is really click off. Okay, I'm zipping to me right now. I should just read this over and over and over for hours on end, kind of like Andy Warhol did, filmed that guy sleeping. That might happen. Watch for my YouTube. It might happen. So let's go back to this. Okay, your daily mantra. But what mantra do? Mantra do. Okay, back to me again. Just so you know, Marina Abramovic is brilliant, she's brilliant, but she's not an English speaker, like by birth. So there's like faults in the English, which I put in on purpose, not to belittle her in any way. I certainly couldn't speak Serbian as well as she can, but because I love is when someone doesn't care, they're just desperate to communicate what they're communicating. And they don't care, like it doesn't matter if there's faults. Like it doesn't matter if there's grammar errors. It doesn't matter if there's spelling errors. It's that the passion is bringing you further along in this, trying to get the communication of your passion along. So let's go back to what I was saying. Okay, back to Marina Abramovic. I really hope you check her out. She's good. And you should check out Jarvis Cocker too. He's good. I mean, he had her on the show. He fucking rocks. He rocks. He totally rocks. Anyway, okay, your daily mantra. But what mantra do? Mantra do is really something to do with your breathing system, which people don't understand so much. What happens with the breathing is this. If you're breathing very shallow and if you're excited, you breathe very short, never through the stomach. To understand the technique of the breathing, you can fall in love, be angry, you can kill someone, you can do all kinds of stuff and understand the technique of the breathing. But with the mantra, what is happening for long periods of time, you, by reciting mantra, because it is monotone process, you body for a long period of time, getting the same amount of oxygen, and then same amount of oxygen creates a certain state of mind, which is really beneficial. Breathing is everything. Oh no, everything is breathing. Everything is breathing. Everything is interconnected. That's mine. Okay, Marina Abramovic. Okay, we're going to sign off because I think you got the picture. Go breathe. Just breathe. Like seriously, that's the only thing. Like stop breathing and you're kind of messed up. So anyway, check out my website, check out my YouTube channel, check out my clothing line on my website through About. Check it all out and go buy all of it. Okay, and then breathe. Just breathe your way into it. Take it easy. It was great to see you. Have a great weekend. Lots of love. Thank you so much for showing up. And we'll see you soon. Ciao.